So I will doing a breakdown of a fight I had 4 years ago in 2017. Was at the ACB tournament, the World Championship ACB in Moscow. So I got invited to fight there. It was a very good opportunity because it's one of the more professional organizations back in that time. And my opponent in this round was from Dagestan. So I didn't know him personally, but my coach, Arbi Muradov, who is from Chechnya, he knew about the guy. And so him being from Dagestan, I already knew he would have a very good wrestling game and takedown defense, and would be very hard to sweep. So I usually, like in my experience, every time a guy's name ends in OV, and you know he's from those parts, be sure not to fight wrestling with him, because they always have a very good takedown and wrestling game. So for those who don't know, Dagestan is the same region of Russia where Khabib Nurmagomedov is from. And well, everybody knows how he's doing. It's one of the region in the world with the most Olympic champions in the world. So it's not smart to fight stand-up with them. So this being said, let's get into the fight. So look, as you can see, me knowing that he has a good wrestling game, I'm not going to want to put the fight too much standing. So I'm going to do my standard half guard pull, which will I go with my left hand for a collar grip and pull half guard straight away, as you can see right now. Now, normally I prefer to pull slower. There's always a risk if I go for it that it jumps over right away and goes for the pass, which is harder to defend. Now, the left hand grip, so I know it's a risk that he can jump over and pass straight away or take that chance, but the thing is, I know he's going to go for a shoot quite fast. I don't want to be spending any more time stand up with him than I have to. Now, the advantage of the left arm grip is that I can maintain some distance with the shoulder, and it makes the fight for the underhook with the left hand, as you see I'm doing now, easier. So once I'm there, half guard secured. Now my next battle, which you cannot see in the video, is to give it my right hand as his far lapel to my left hand on top. Once that is secure, it's easy to keep him low and keep him close with the hip. At the same time, I also want to use my knees to trap his knee on the floor. So his battle here is usually on how to get his right knee over my center line and establish half mount. Half mount is quite hard to fight against, and it always leads, well, if he gets the underhook, also leads to an advantage on his part. The half mount, I basically have to go back, which is hard, or I have to fight deep half guard, which is my B game. So it's still my A game. So I secure the lapel, and my opponent, we can see, is he's sprawling his left hip on the floor. Now this might seem weird, because basically he's putting himself out of balance. But what he's doing it's actually a good idea. I also do it, especially if you feel you're the stronger wrestler and have a good takedown defense. Because what happens, look, he's actually baiting me to get on top. Once I get on top, I have to let go of my right leg. I have to slide my right leg backwards and get on top. And in this case, he can get his knee free and I have to start wrestling him from dogfight, which is actually hard against him having his background. So what I do instead is play the long game. I know he's good in wrestling. I know he's explosive. I know he's physically stronger than me. So I want to play the long game and bait him into making a mistake, or at the very least, make him unconfident he will win the decision. So if I do more work, I always figure I win the decision, and he knows that, so he has to fight more and gives more of a chance for him to overcommit. So right now, what I'm trying to do, I'm going to try to get on top. It would be very easy for me to get on top if I open my legs and slide my right leg backwards, like a low technical stand-up. But I would have to risk losing the leg. So instead, I fake coming on top just like this, and he always has to push me back. This tells the referee I'm working, and at the same time, I'm also triggering him to push back, which I can use later. What you can see here, my left leg has secured a very tight grip and low grip near his ankle. And you're going to see my hip now stretching to put pressure on his knee. Now, it's kind of a knee bar. It's very unlikely that I will tap him with this, and right away I know this. But it might convince the referee into giving me an advantage, which I didn't get, and I agree on that. But he has to take it into account as well, the opponent on top. So it shows the referee I'm working, it shows everybody I'm working, and it's something that he has to take into account. Now, when I do that, they put pressure on the knee. It's very often they will pull the knee back inside, which is actually what I want, because I just don't want him to put his knee over. It actually blocks him to get his knee across the center line. So he went back. See, great. Now, my opponent is doing a good job in staying on top. He keeps an inward rotation with his right shoulder, making it hard for me to get on top. So he's still baiting me basically here in coming on top to the dogfight and keeping his left leg out of my reach. So what I'm fighting for now is get on top, and at the same time I want to secure with my right hand or secure a grip on his pants or on his knee. Now you will see me getting the grip in a little bit, I believe. So yeah, so there, let me see. There I got the grip. Yeah, now I'm going for the grip. This is the grip. Yeah, there I got it. The grip I use here is like the spider guard grip on the sleeve, but now in the pants. It's very hard to break. And what it does here, look, it prevents him from windshield wipering his left leg to the outside and getting his knee up, which at the same time stops him from posting and makes it easier for him to get on top. Also more likely for him to push in. So now I'm already on top. I'm basically in dogfight, but I prefer to keep my head low. Why is this? Because if I put my head high, then I have to travel back more faster, I have to travel back more to sweep him over to my left side. So there's two basic sweeps in the half guard. One is getting on top and smashing him on my left side, and the other one is ducking under and sweeping into the other side. Yeah, so me getting on top, smashing him to my left side, or getting underneath him and sweeping into my right side. So with people like this, I prefer to duck under. So you always see me kind of getting up and him pushing back, and I'm going to try to use that. Now he's using his left hand to break the grip, but it's incredibly hard to break this one. Usually when I get this position, I'm 99% sure I'm going to win. Now what I feel here, the guy is hard to sweep, and I don't want to get him baited into doing a dogfight, so I'm going to try to pull off the Mermaid Guard, which actually this video is a breakdown of. So you're going to see me sweep him over. So I push in, and when he pushes back, then I'm going to drag the leg up and put it quickly between my legs. So I push in, he pushes back. Not yet. So I'm getting on top still, keeping the pressure. I'm still going for that first sweep actually. Yeah, there I got it, see? So I push in, going for the dogfight sweep, pushing him over, he pushes back, and I manage to close my legs around his knees. Now what is important here, look, I have to get a very tight grip around his knees. If I go too low, he might slip out and do like a double knee slide, which is hard, but can happen. And if I go too high, then he can slide in deeper. And I will tell you later why it is a bad idea to allow him to go deep. Now my left foot underhooks his inside leg. It's also a way to secure his leg and at the same time to keep him high. Now I have to keep him high here, look. If I allow him to go lower, he's got more of a base, and he can also fight with his right arm for the underhook. Giving him the underhook here would actually like pretty much make the fight neutral again. Because if that happens, see, then it's basically like a half guard game for him again. Just to secure his left leg again, get it out. Now, what I did initially, I push into my right side, which allows him to push back, and I keep him high and secure with my right hand, the post in his elbow. This elbow, this post into the elbow, in combination with the collar grip I have, allow it for an easier sweep to push him over to my left side, which I'm going to be fighting for. Right now, I already know I won the fight because I did all the work. I'm going to win by decision. I have all the control. I hear the guy breathing, because I know he's getting tired, which you cannot hear in the video, but it's something I always check. And little by little start to get on top. Now, on this moment again, it could be very easy for me to come on top for the dogfight, but I would have to let go of my leg. So what I'm actually doing is I try to get on top, but at the same time, I want to not slide around him, but take him with me. And in that case, I would be on top. See my head looking away, which makes for more inside rotation, more pressure. And now I'm just basically waiting for him to push me down so I can duck under and sweep him over. Just like a basic half guard sweep, just with control of the both legs. There we go. Push him to the elbow, go on top. So right now it's just a matter of time Very tiring for him, and little by little I get on top. Now, the guy tries to go back to turtle, but I secure with my secure grip around his legs, it's very hard for him to do so. And again, I could let go of my legs and start fighting turtle, but I didn't get the 2 points yet at this point. And at the same time, if I get the back, it would only be 4 points. And I prefer to come on top now, see, get my 2 points. And now I wait, see, tire him out a bit. And I will try to get my head on the inside of his shoulder. Because, see, right now here, if I see by keeping my head on the inside of the shoulder and doing outside rotation, I want to get his top shoulder on the mat and establish, well, once I pin him, I can start establishing a mount. Now, why do I prefer the mount? If I get the back, it's 4 points. If I manage to get on top in mount, it would be 3 points for the pass and 4 points for the sweep. So a total of 9 points, which in the long run doesn't mean a lot, 6 to 9, but also I find it easier to control the mount. If I get back on bottom from the mount, I'm still in close guard, good for submissions as well, and great position to stall the match out in case you would not secure the position, the submission. And also, the wrestlers usually have a very proficient in turtle, so if he turtles up, it's not guaranteed I will get the back, and it might be a much harder fight for you to be able to finish from there and not lose the position. So little by little, I try now to establish the mount, keeping pressure on the shoulder. Once I get his shoulder past the center line, I will get my head out and go for, with my left hand, for a grip around his neck, which will happen in just a second. So keep an inside rotation. And there we go. I got the grip, and then I can take my head out, because now I have left shoulder pressure. Now, once I'm in mount, the guy has 2 options. He can wait for me to go to mount and do standard hip and elbow escapes, or if I stay there, the only thing he can pretty much do is bridge and wriggle, which is very hard to do. Now, I will not look, once I secure mount, he can bridge on both sides because his head is free. So right now, the battle for me is to pin his chin on the floor on one side, which, like, once his head is pinned on the floor, so now I get my 4 points. Didn't get my 3 points for the pass, which is weird, but it is what it is. So still, 6 points is fine. Now, I still stay low because he can still bridge on both sides if I would let go. Now I see my foot is still trapped. Maybe I got even my points a bit too soon, but... Okay, so now I should have gotten 4 points for the pass, 4 points for the mount, and 3 points for the pass. Now my left shoulder pins his head. Once his head is pinned like this way, he cannot bridge to the right side, which makes the game very predictable. Either has to rotate and give me his back, which now I have a much better chance to secure as I'm over his hips, or he can try to free his face, but this would be hard. With my right arm, I'm also going to start crawling up and trying to secure, well, his elbow against his head, which is useful for putting the arm triangle. You can also see me post my head on the floor, which actually, since I'm low and I cannot post my head on the floor makes sure I have balance and stop the bridge to the one side he can bridge, being the left side. So I always maintain the pressure. It's a very uncomfortable position for him on his part. So now, if I get a submission, great. If not, well, in this fight, I actually did not get a submission. But you can see my basic setup for this. Just buy my time, grind him out, and play the long game. For the people who are interested in seeing me set up the arm triangle, I gave a whole seminar about it on the BJJ Global Camps in Poland 2 years ago. I will put a link at the end of the video for that seminar as well. So right now he tries to rotate to the left side. I managed to put deep half guard. In my game today, I would actually drop my left hip on the floor here and try to go for a reverse triangle or an armbar from a reverse triangle. If you're interested in seeing me giving me this breakdown, I would actually do so. I will make a video about it. Let me know in the comments if you want to see me set up the reverse triangle and armbar from mount. So I didn't make that video yet. In this video, right now, the fight was in the semifinals. I didn't want to get tired because the next round I have to fight Gabriel Palito Rolo, which for the people who know something about Jiu-Jitsu He's a well-known name. And also for winning this fight was a semi-final. I get 1,500 euros at least already, unless I'm in the finals as well. But so I didn't want to take any risks. So I won the fight by points. And now I would go to face Gabriel Rollo, which I actually lost in the second round. So I draw 2-2. And then we had to go to the overtime, which I lost by decision. And I actually think I could have gotten a good, would be possible to win as well, to be honest. But yeah, it was a very good fight, to be honest. And I'm okay with the result. I lost by decision. So second place at the ACB World Championship, and well, I got a good purse for it. So this was my first breakdown I ever did. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. And if you're interested in letting me do more, I will do more breakdowns if you guys are interested. Now on the left side of the screen, you can see my breakdown of the Mermaid Guard and what you actually saw in this video. And on the other side, you can see my way, how I put up the arm triangle, my favorite way for attacking mount. And also let me know in the comments if you would like to see the breakdown of the arm triangle, the reverse triangle from mount. Thanks a lot.